You know, my brother, from another mother, but not so secretly wishing it was the same mother, Dino fucking Ambrose is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That was pretty sweet. Welcome to my Money in the Bank predictions? No, review. We're gonna get straight into it. First off, greatest Money in the Bank pay-per-view of all time? No, I wouldn't go that far. There were some not so great matches, but we're going to get into it right now. For the old pre-show, there's something I want to mention, but I don't know where it is. But the matches that did happen, the first one was Golden Truth versus Breezango, and I did say something about them, like Tyler Breeze not coming out like black or something, but they came out with like sunburnt, and there was like a video package of them like all sunburnt and taking pictures and stuff. I thought it was really funny. I really did. I thought it was funny. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was a good match. It was a comedy kind of match, to be expected. But I thought it was good. It was only 5 minutes 6 seconds, and the Golden Truth won. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good comedy. I thought it was good. It was really funny. Doing a lot of different things, like smacking them in the chest. They had like this fake like skin peeling off thing. It looked funny. I thought it was good. It's like Breeze gets pulled out by Truth, and Goldust hits the final cut, I think is what he calls it, for Fandango to win. After that, there's some segment with Sami Zayn and Cesaro backstage talking. Then he went to like the social media lounge thing with Natalya and Becky, and Natalya said her inspirations were Bret Hart, Mick Foley. Oh no, sorry, that's Becky. Natalya said Bret, Shawn Michaels, and Randy Savage. I was like, you're not even gonna mention your dad? I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, the next match we have is the Lucha Dragons defeating the Dudley Boys, 8 minutes 48 seconds. An alright match, nothing amazing or new or different. Eventually the Lucha guys win. Kalisto hits the Salida del Sol, and Sin Cara hit what Morrow is now calling the Dragon Bomb, which is like the Swanton Bomb, but Sin Cara's kind of shitty version of it. They beat the Dudleys. Don't really see the point of this match, but okay. After that, is this where this video is? I don't know where this video is. Maybe it's in the main show. I can't remember, but I need to talk about it whenever it happens. I'm sure I'll find it in this recap. But anyways, on to the main show now, which was started off with the Fatal 4-Way Tag match. 11 minutes 43. I thought it would start with this match. They usually do start the tag team title match. And the New Day won, which I thought they would. I'm glad they did, against the Club, Enzo and Cass and Vaudevillains. Enzo and Cass came out to their promo, doing their thing. The New Day came out and doing their thing too. I love the New Day. They're just being awesome as usual. They had new gear. It was still the blue and pink thing, but it was new and it was different. New Day is just awesome. Like I've said before about long title reigns, how I didn't like them, but the New Day's, I'm okay with the New Day because they're really entertaining. They're good. And Enzo and Cass was doing their usual thing. Not really much to say about them. Cass still sounding a bit robotic with his delivery of his lines, but it was okay. Nothing amazing. But the match, typical Fatal 4-Way. It was action packed from start to finish, which is all I look for in a match, and it was good. Not amazing, not the best Fatal 4-Way Tag match I've seen, but it was good. It was good. Everybody got a chance to shine. Some good moments. Eventually at the end, Big E speared Simon Gotch. One of these days that spear's gonna mess up Big E. It looked like it almost did. The spear at the outside, but he was alright. There was a sort of like a botch or something. It seemed like it was Cass's fault. He didn't come in quick enough because Big E picked up Carl Anderson after pinning somebody. I think it was like Simon Gotch or something. And then Gallows came in and he was sort of just standing there. He was standing there for like 5+ seconds. I was like, what the hell's he doing? And then Cass came in and he came running towards him, and then Cass like booted him out of the ring, and then Big E and that hot the double, the midnight hour I think they called it, and then Kofi pinned I think it was Aiden English for the win. Yeah, it was Aiden English, and then he won. Some people were blaming Gallows, but it wasn't Gallows, it was Cass. Cass had to come in before Gallows could do anything. But it was an odd moment because Big E had Anderson, and then Gallows just sort of standing there looking at him. I was like, this is weird. But New Day won. It was an alright match. Yes, it was after this match where this hilarious backstage segment is. You need to see it. It was Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and Alberto Del Rio. Just brilliant, just hilarious. All just like mocking each other, and just are really funny. Like Kevin Owens is hilarious, Chris Jericho's hilarious, and Kevin Owens like mocking Del Rio because he always calls everyone a perro, and mocking how he's always speaking Spanish and shit. It was really funny. It was really funny. They all worked well there. Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Next match, Baron Corbin defeat Dolph Ziggler, 12 minutes 23. Again, not really much to say about this match. There was a boring chant at one point, which it was. It was very slow paced and not really much happening. But there was a cool moment where like he blocked like the Famouser at one point. Like actually blocked it like twice. Like he caught him and then he threw him up or something into the turnbuckles. But eventually, oh yeah, near the end, Corbin, Ziggler was running towards Corbin on the outside, and he went to like hop over the steps, and he like botched it, like he tripped, but Corbin caught him, and he managed to turn it into the deep six. But eventually, Corbin hits the end of days and wins. Nothing much to say about it. Hopefully that's the last of it. I hate how they just do the same match over and over again. We're probably going to get that with Apollo Cruz and Sheamus. Probably going to do that for like 7 pay-per-views straight. They're just not doing the right thing with Baron Corbin. Like he won the Andre the Giant thing, and then they've done really nothing with him. Really, nothing of importance anyway. After that, we're on to the next match, which was Charlotte and Dana Brooke defeating Natalya and Becky Lynch, 7 minutes. Again, not much really to say about this match. It was alright. Just a typical kind of tag match. It ends with Natalya and Becky like running into each other or getting thrown into each other by Dana, and Charlotte hits the natural selection on Natalya for the win. And then after the match, I thought this was pretty shocking. I was not expecting it at all. Dana and that taunting thingy from the stage, and then Natalya like attacks Becky, and I was like, oh my god, I really wasn't expecting this. But then 10 seconds later, and that's it. I was like, good idea, but you rushed it. Like you could have had her beat the shit out of Becky, but no, just a couple of punches. I was like, you do something shocking, and I don't think many people would have predicted that. And Natalya was like crying as well before and after this. I was like, what the hell? Well, I actually said, fit is she greeting at, which is what are you crying at, like in Scottish. And I just thought that was weird, but like the right idea, and then you just rush it. Nothing really to say. I thought it was kind of pathetic. It was just like 10 seconds and that was it. Literally 10 seconds and that was it, the beatdown. Nothing more to say about it. But at least they're actually doing something different with Natalya versus Becky now. Maybe there'll be 2-woman feud now. We'll see what will happen with Charlotte now. Moving on, and this is probably the worst match of the night, I would say. Apollo Crews defeated Sheamus, 8 minutes 36. An utter shit match. Absolute shit. Just boring. Absolutely boring. Just rest holds. There was a couple of good moments, like the start where Sheamus hit like the Irish Crush backbreaker from like the apron to the ground on the outside. I think that was really about it. Maybe there was something else. Oh yeah, Sheamus hit like a super white noise from the top rope, and then Sheamus like pinned him, and then he got kicked out, and then Sheamus was like arguing with the ref, and then he rolled him up and won. It was just a shit match. Just too much wrestle. This match shouldn't have been on the show. Same with Corbin and Ziggler. There's no need. It was like 3 hours 25 minutes I checked with on the Sky box office. That's how long it lasted, the show in total. But Cruz Sheamus didn't need to happen. Corbin and Ziggler didn't need to happen. That would have saved you 20 minutes. So yeah, get rid of that shit. Entrances and stuff. That would have been your. That would have just kept it at 3 hours. That match just could have been saved for Raw. Like Cruz Sheamus was so shit, just utter shit. Like you hear so much about Apollo Crews and all these indie guys and how they're awesome, and you see videos online or whatever and they're awesome, and you get here and they just reduce them to shit with rest holds. Nobody's interested in that. No wonder the crowd's chanting boring and not interested whatsoever. Shit. Moving on is AJ Styles versus John Cena. AJ won. It was 24 minutes 10 seconds, and I thought this was a good match. I thought they told a really good story with like AJ being like the faster, better like competitor or wrestler, performer, whatever. I just thought it was a really good story where like Cena would try to do stuff and then AJ would like counter it or get out of the way and block it and do his own stuff. It was just a really good match. It did get a little bit rest holdy in the middle of it. Rest holdy, that's a thing. It did get a little bit like that in the middle. It was not too bad. It wasn't like amazing or anything. People expected it to be amazing, but one cool moment I remember was was AJ countered the AA into the calf crusher, and it just looked so seamless and perfect. I was like, that was so cool. It was so cool. He fell down, and he was just instantly in it. It was just perfect. It was so cool. But you know, lots of cool moments. He had the Styles Clash at one point. He got Cena had the A. He kicked out. Cena went for the top rope leg drop, but he turned it into a power bomb. Styles turned it into a power bomb. Like Cena's STF, just it's pathetic. I mean, Stone Cold called him out in it. Other people call him out in it. It's so obvious that it isn't, hurting the guy. It doesn't look like it's hurting the guy because you can clearly see Cena's putting no pressure on it. Not that I'm saying he should be ripping the guy's head off, but it should at least look like there's some pressure being put on the guy. But eventually it ends with Cena is going like for an AA, but the referee gets sort of kicked. Although it didn't really look like he got hit hard or at all really. I'm not saying it was as bad as the worst referee of all time, Earl Hebner, because he is absolutely horrific at acting. His attempts at acting is pathetic, absolutely pathetic. Worst ref of all time. I do not understand the praise he gets. He's just pathetic. But the ref gets thrown down. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson come down, hit the Magic Killer after AJ had been AA'd, and then put AJ on top of Cena, and 1, 2, 3. Styles wins. And I'm sure all the people who claim to be wrestling fans were crying about Cena not getting beat clean by AJ Styles and all this other bullshit. But it doesn't matter. That's how wrestling works. The heels usually cheat to win, but he didn't really. He didn't. If you look at it in a kayfabe kind of view, he didn't do anything. He was sort of like out of it. They came down and put him on. Like even in the backstage fallout thing, they didn't talk about it. They were just celebrating. So I didn't see a problem with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. It was a good match. AJ Styles won. What's to complain about? Nothing to complain about in my opinion. After this, we're on to the Money in the Bank ladder match, which was won, as mentioned earlier, by Dino fucking Ambrose. 21 minutes 38 seconds. And I'm not going to get into every single thing, but it was an awesome match. There was a part at the start where Del Rio and Cesaro were like trading tilt-a-world backbreakers. Cesaro had like 12 uppercut train thing. He had like 12 of them, and then Owens came in and did corner cannonballs. Then they made like this weird ladder bridge, like at both sides. Like there was a ladder in the middle, and there was two ladders out to the turnbuckles. I was like, what the hell's going to go on here? Somebody's getting slammed on this. And Del Rio surprisingly looked really good in this match. He was looking really dominant, and he was beating people up. He put I don't know where it is here in the recap, but he put Sammy like as if he was, I think it was Sammy. I think it was actually Cesaro for like his double foot stomp thing, but then he had the ladder underneath, and then he nailed him with it. That looked pretty nasty. Cesaro had like this Cesaro swing on Del Rio. Then he did it to Jericho, and he let go of Jericho, and he went flying into the ladder. That was pretty sweet. Oh, and then there was a point where Sammy had this nasty Michinoku driver right on top of a ladder that was sitting like the ladder's flat. It was sitting up like that, and he nailed him on it. Oh my god, it looked so nasty, and he hit it with quite a bit of force. It looked so fucking nasty. That would have really, really hurt. Eventually after this, they were all sort of like fighting on this big bloody ladder bridge contraption thing. And it got a bit like, I don't know, like as if they were sort of stalling. Like they were all just sort of like on each other and not really doing much, just shitty little punches. Eventually Del Rio and Cesaro like set up this other ladder, and they went up on it, but then that ladder got pushed off, and Del Rio had a nasty landing where like his legs landed on the ropes, then he like fell back into the ladder, and Cesaro went dong first into the ropes. After this, Dean Ambrose had like a dirty deeds from the bridge, like Randy Orton style, the Hangman DDT type of thing. Owens hits the pop-up powerbomb on the ladder bridge thing. Then Owens and Ambrose are fighting on top. Owens gets punched off the thing and lands on the bridge, and it sort of collapses a bit, and he's sat there like pretty much dead. And Dean Ambrose wins. I thought he wasn't. Because I think Jericho's like coming up or something, or somebody was standing up. But Dean Ambrose won. A good match. Good Money in the Bank ladder match. Not many like insane or ridiculous moments, but enjoyable. I liked it. I thought it was good. Would I have liked to see Kevin Owens win it? Yes, I would have. I do love Kevin Owens, but Dean Ambrose winning was fine with me. I thought it was good. Moving on after this, they went back to like the pre-show panel and they were yapping for a second. But we go on to Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. Rusev won 8 minutes 30 by submission. Not really much to say about it, but Titus came out and he kissed one of his sons on the lips. I don't know about you, but I thought that was weird. I just thought that was weird. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. I don't really know what to say about it. I just thought it was weird. I thought it was strange to see. But then Rusev came out and he was sort of like mocking his sons, Titus' sons. But it started with they both hit this nasty double clothesline on the outside. It was sort of good to start with, and then it got a little bit rest holdy. Eventually, Titus he's hot like one move, like he sort of made his comeback, and then he was doing nothing for a while, and then eventually the crowd was like dead, and then he starts doing his get up, get up, get up. He started doing that thing randomly, but then eventually Rusev goes for the accolade, and it's not very detailed here, but eventually it just hits the accolade, and I could hear Rusev saying tap out or something, or like telling me to start tapping, and eventually Titus did start tapping. I thought it was kind of a weak ending. I thought they could have done more to build Titus up. It's more of like he could have like battled the accolade a bit more, but after the match Rusev goes to ringside and mocks Titus' sons and calls him a loser. And one of them, the one that he kissed on the lips, I think he's called Titus too. He like slapped Rusev on the tit, but Rusev didn't really react to it. He just did an epic face and was celebrating. He's got some meme-worthy faces, Rusev. He really does. But yeah, Rusev won. Next, on to the main event, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. It was 26 minutes long, holy shit. It did feel really long. I felt it was dragging on, to be honest. I was pretty bored watching it. But Seth Rollins won, and clean, so that'll please all you Roman Reigns haters. That'll be yous fucking jizzing for a long time. But it was dragging on. There was a good match. You know, it was all right. Not amazing. Reigns hit his like razor's edge into the power bomb, and then the crowd chant, "You still suck." Pathetic, really. There's nothing wrong with Reigns' in-ring work. It's just his booking and the overly scripted promos. He's fine in the ring, but can't tell Roman Reigns haters that. You need logic and common sense to see this. So, anyways, moving on. Not really much to say. Rollins shot like a frog splash, like from almost like 3/4 away across the ring. Oh yeah, at one point like Rollins went for like the buckle bomb thing, but with the flip, you know, where he nailed his knee. I thought, are they seriously gonna do this? Like I don't think we want to risk that. But like Reigns sort of countered it into like a Samoan drop thing. But then Rollins countered it and he slowly went down. I'm not surprised that he's a little cautious. I would be. And then he hit the buckle bomb. After that, Rollins hit his epic superplex into the Falcon Arrow. That's an awesome move, and you gotta give him some respect for that, because to hit the superplex must hurt like fuck for both of them, no matter what. And to instantly get up and hit another move, gotta show props to them for that. Then after this, not really much to say. Reigns goes for a spear on the outside, but Rollins moves and Reigns like crashes into the barrier. Then like a trainer and a doctor and what have you comes out and is looking at him. It was like a scripted thing. It's not. I don't think he was actually hurt. Pardon me. And Rollins runs over and throws him in the ring. He goes for pedigree, but then Reigns slams him into the referee in the corner. Reigns hits a spear. The referee's slow to get back, but he kicks out at 2. Reigns goes for another spear, but Rollins catches him with a pedigree, but he fucking still kicks out. He kicked out of it. I was like, oh, that was an awesome moment. That was a really awesome moment. Eventually, just says here, Rollins ends up getting the win and the title. That's a pathetic description. I think he just picked him up and hit another pedigree, and that's how he won. But that's a pathetic description there. Just pathetic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just picked him up, hit another pedigree, and won. I was quite surprised. I was like, oh my god, really? And he's celebrating. Then Dino fucking Ambrose comes out, the music playing, and Rollins is waiting for him. And then he must have came from the crowd or somewhere. He didn't actually have a camera on him. And he comes in, nails him with the briefcase in the face, tells the ref he's cashing in, and 1, 2, 3, boom, Dean Ambrose wins. I thought it was an awesome moment. I think I was just overwhelmed because the pay-per-view went on too long. I don't like there's no need for it to be as long as it was, and they really could have gotten rid of a lot of the matches. A lot of these matches didn't need to happen on the show. Like Cruz, Sheamus, like I said, Corbin, Ziggler didn't need to happen. I did enjoy the Breezango match, you know. I thought that was a good comedy match. The Lucha Dragons Dudleys was alright for what it was, but it didn't need to happen. And they could have just gotten rid of those matches and put them on Raw instead, you know. It's this whole 2 pay-per-view thing as well that's supposed to happen. There's no need for it. There's absolutely no need for it. Put the matches on Raw and SmackDown. More people's going to see it anyway. And if you actually build these matches up to make them happen on the show and build it up, say, oh well, in 2 weeks' time this match is going to happen for the championship, blah blah blah, and build it up, people will want to tune in and see it, you know? No need for a pay-per-view. And this whole contacting old bloody guys for the brand split, spoke about that as well. That's just a load of shit. Like, here's a thing just released in the last few hours. Apparently they've contacted Stevie Richards, MVP, and Carlito to come back. And they've been reaching out to many guys 40 plus in age to return to work with the new era. And it says they believe many other former stars are being contacted, and we know they plan on raiding NXT for the draft. I spoke about this in the predictions, but I don't see the point of the brand split, because the problem now is that a lot of people are not getting a chance. So you split the rosters, and then okay, that's good, more people's going to get a chance now, more different feuds. Now you bring all these older guys back and bring up loads of new guys, thus defeating the purpose of the brand split. No, I think it does. I don't really get it. I mean, I could understand a couple guys from NXT, but I don't know. I don't get it. And apparently they're gonna have like the women and the tag sort of like exclusive to one show. I mean, if Raw is sticking at 3 hours, you'd think they're gonna both stay there. But then that just leaves like SmackDown with, like, if they give it a new world title and like a US or IC title, and that's kind of it really. Maybe they would give them like the cruiserweight title. Maybe that would come back. I don't know. But this whole bringing loads of guys back, I don't see the point of it really. It doesn't make sense to me. But the show was alright. It wasn't the greatest Money in the Bank pay-per-view of all time. I wouldn't say that. I just felt it was dragging on, you know. It was just too much. And they could have done more, like AJ and Cena. You know, I know AJ Styles can put on a better a better match, because I've seen him have better matches. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I just know he can do a lot more. But I did enjoy that match. I did. I thought it was an alright match. And Rollins Reigns, just by the time you get to it, it's like it's too much and it's overkill. With you go through a couple of shit matches and then you get to it. But like I say, Cruz, Sheamus, and that, just no need for that to be on there. Just that was the worst match of the night by far. Just too much rest holds. Nothing else really to say. Guess it'll sort of be interesting to see where they go with Natalya, Becky Lynch, but if that means promos from Natalya, oof. I'm not really looking forward to that. And I just want to say, I got this bloody comment from some guy. He wanted to play a game with me or something, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, and if you listen to what I say in my videos, I don't have a lot of time to play games. And I told him that. I says, I don't have time. And he replied again, and I tried explaining again, and then here he goes, I also don't have time for you stupids. Some dumbass kid. He gets some stupid comments on my SmackDown vs. Raw videos, just pure cancer really, some people would say. Go have a look. You'll probably be entertained by some of the moronic things people say. But that's about it for the review. Nothing really else to say. There's nothing. No other news really. The video. Oh yeah, there was on the Becky Lynch backstage Fallout video. There's a comment. Somebody said, "It's okay, Becky. I'll never pull out on you. Believe that." It's got like 100 plus bloody fucking thumbs up. I thought that was really funny. Let's see if there's any new videos uploaded. There was one with Dean Ambrose where he was saying, he was thanking all his people and telling all his haters to kiss his ass and all this stuff. Here's one with Kevin Owens. A brutal encounter causes Kevin Owens to lash out backstage. Oh, I'm gonna go watch that. But that's it for the review. Thanks for watching. It's not just too long as the last one. I try to make it as quick as possible. 29 minutes, not too long, not too bad. Well, that's it. Tell me what you thought of the show. See what happens on Raw tomorrow, and I guess maybe they'll start building to the whole brand split thing, because that happens in July, in a couple of weeks, is it? Because the day's the 20th, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more weeks until like SmackDown goes live. So the brands, like the draft thing must happen before then, or the Monday before the 19th. And then like Battleground is that Sunday. So be interested to see what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I'm just looking forward to SmackDown being live. That's my main sort of critique of SmackDown, is that it isn't live and they add in all the fake cheers and shit. Well, yeah, let's just see what's going to go down the next few weeks. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.